Hello and welcome to the first tutorial in the Python for Beginners course. This is a very beginner-friendly 101 course. In fact, we're going to start with installing Python on a Linux Debian distribution. Let's go into the terminal. If you've watched any of my previous tutorials, you'll probably gather that I am a Docker fanboy. And what I've done here is I've just created a very basic Docker container for us to use in this Python course. I've left the commands up here if you want to pause the video just to find out how to start a container and so forth. And just to show you that this Docker image was created 8 months ago, so it is fairly out of date. And so the first thing I need to do, of course, is to update all of my sources and all of my packages to ensure that I have everything up to date. And then what I'm going to do is install Python. So the first thing I'm going to do is just type apt and then -get, do an update, and then press enter. That's going to just flick through all the bits and pieces. This might take a little bit of time. Now, as this is going, I'll talk about Python in a little bit more general of a sense. So Python has two kind of modes, if you will. One is an interactive mode and the other is a scripted mode. We'll be showing you how to do those throughout the course and what the difference is between the two. Now everything has been updated, we can upgrade those packages. So let's do an apt-get and this time do an upgrade. And that's going to upgrade the packages. It's going to ask us whether or not we wish to upgrade. Just type Y or just press enter, and that will upgrade all the bits and pieces that were listed above. Now all of those packages have been upgraded. It's now time to install Python. And in this course, what we're going to be focusing on is Python 3. Now to install Python 3, you simply type apt and then -get space install, that's the install command, and then another space, and then you type in the package that you wish to install. In this case, it is just Python and 3. So there's no space, there's no hyphen here, it is just literally Python 3. Press enter and it's going to find that package. It's then going to ask you to install all of the dependencies of that package. So here we can see we have Python 3.5, Python 3.5 minimal, and it has some MIME support, DH Python, and so forth. We've even got SQLite if we need it too. And it's also going to suggest some packages as well that we can install if we wish. But for now, let's just type Y or press enter, and that's going to just install the packages that were listed there. Now we're going to focus on Python 3 in this course simply because it is the latest and greatest. But there are obviously a lot of systems out there that are running on legacy versions of Python, and we will be talking about those in future courses, so not particularly in this course. So this course is, like I mentioned, specifically for Python 3. So we've just installed Python 3, Python 3.5 to be exact, and to ensure that that has actually installed and we have the correct version, what you can do is type Python like so, and then 3, again no spaces, no dashes, press the space bar and then do a hyphen, and you got to ensure that this is a capital V. Press enter and you'll get Python 3.5, and in this case it's 3.5.2. Now Python isn't the only thing that we need to install. If you think about all the other programming languages out there, they all, or most of them, have their way of downloading dependencies and packages, and that's no different for Python. Python has a pip, which is the Python package index. So we need to install pip, and we do that by installing another package on this Ubuntu system, much like how we've installed Python 3. So it simply is apt and then -get install. You type in the package name, which is Python 3, and then -pip, PIP. Press enter and that will list all of the packages that depend on pip, and it will also offer you some other suggestions of packages as well. Just press spacebar or enter to install pip, and this, as you can tell, is a large amount of stuff, so I'll skip over this just to get to the end. And like I've mentioned, pip allows us to download packages from the index. So for example, if I wanted to download Flask, I would simply type pip and then 3 and then install passing in the package that I wish to install. So, for example, Flask, for example. Then press enter, and that will download Flask and all of the Flask's dependencies. And we can see that the pip version 8.1.1 is being used. However, 9.0.3 is available. We'll talk about all of this in later parts of the course. But it's also installed other things like Makeup Safe and Click and all sorts of other bits and pieces as well. So that was how to install Python 3 and pip on a Ubuntu server. Now, the commands are very similar if you're using a different distribution of Linux. Obviously, the package manager that you're going to be using may be different, so you might be doing different commands to install those things, but the actual structure of installing Python 3 is very similar to what I've demonstrated here. Obviously, if you're using another operating system that isn't Linux, so for example Windows, then it is a different story. And what we're going to do in this course is focus, like I said, on beginner-friendly stuff. So the next part is going to be all about the interactive shell, then how to use the scripted mode of Python as well. If you've got any questions on anything that I've demonstrated today or in any other of my tutorials, or if you have some suggestions on what you would like to see in this course, then do let me know. Put them down in the comment section below. Thanks ever so much for watching, everyone. Happy coding. I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye.